Welcome back to part 2 of the Christmas dinner special. I can assure you there's going to be things in this episode that shock you. Let's get on. We've got some listener questions, but Lewis, you've got a quiz, so are you happy to do that now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the quiz. It's a quiz, it's a quiz, it's a quiz, it's a quiz.
Right. So I have a food-based Christmas quiz for you, and there's going to be 3 rounds, and I'm going to come to each of you in turn. I think they may get progressively harder, the questions, as we go, but we'll see how you feel about that as we go along. Some of these we have touched upon, so you might have a bit of a clue in some of the answers that we've already had.
Is it Christmas food trivia? This is lovely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we're going to start. So I'm going to start. I'm looking at my screen. I'm going to start with Phil because you're in the top corner of mine. So we start reasonably easy. We're going to get onto stuffing here. What is Paxo's top selling flavour of stuffing? Simple start for you, Phil.
Sage and... It'll be sage on something, I reckon.
It is sage and something. Would you like to hazard a guess on the something?
Onion.
Absolutely
Sage.
right.
Pulled
Well
that
done,
out.
Nice and easy. Nice and easy.
Well, let's not put it down by saying it was nice and easy. It was a challenge. Considering, I can rarely afford Paxo, I've done well to imagine what it might be like to afford
I'm sure there's a
Paxo.
little equivalent of sage and onion. Right.
Yeah.
Michael.
Hello there.
Okay. Nice and easy again for you. This one's more to do with the preparation of your Christmas dinner.
I've got about
Hold on. If it's the preparation of Mike's Christmas dinner, can we get Claire, please? Because I am presuming that Claire does most of the preparation for Mike's Christmas dinner.
No,
So
this is where you're wrong.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a control freak when it comes to Christmas dinner. So I do it all.
So Mike,
I remember I was round there once. I was round at Mike's once, and Mike was cooking for the whole family. A brave move. And
It wasn't the year of the orange juice and carrots, was it?
I can't remember, Mike. I can't remember,
Okay.
but I remember that ovens, because everyone's using their oven in the village. The conspiracy theory is that the ovens don't work quite as well.
I've never heard that apart from when I lived in Alderholt. This is a made up thing, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So we're there, and Mike. By this point, it's like 2:30. We're meant to sit down.
Whoa, slow down. It wasn't. We're not on Harry time. It wasn't that late.
Okay. It was pretty late. It was very, very late for lunch. And then because we had 4 hours of present opening to do after.
I was going to say, the time flew by because everyone was really enjoying everyone else's presents as they opened them. So,
And Mike was trying to cook. Mike was trying to cook something, and I thought, I'll go in and offer help. What a good brother. Anyway, so when I came in, Mike shut the kitchen door. He didn't want to be bothered by anyone else. And then Seth, his son, kept occasionally knocking on the door. How long is it? Is it nearly lunch yet? No. Is it nearly? What about now? Is it nearly lunch yet? To the point where I saw Mike properly lose it.
I don't remember this at all.
Oh, poor Seth. There was one point where you just said, "Get out! Stop asking me. Lunch will be when lunch will be." You were not happy.
Oh, I don't remember this at all. Doesn't sound like me.
Claire was not in the kitchen. Mike was.
No, I do.
Control.
I like to shut the door, pop Radio 2 on, and. Well,
No, Mike. No, absolutely not.
What?
Christmas Day is a time for families, and we all get together as a family. No one rings any person from outside the family. We spend all day with the family. I don't like my family the rest of the year, but it's the one day we all come together and we look at each other's presents in minutiae. Okay, you are not locking yourself in the kitchen with Radio 2, I'm afraid. No. Or you're telling me that all of last week's episode was a lie, Mike.
No.
because,
Now,
you spent
look,
all day with your family.
well, I did as a child, but we've got responsibilities, guys, and I can't have young children cooking the Christmas dinner with me. So for that period of time, shut the
You
door.
told
They
us
spend
last
time
week.
as a family.
You told us last week that nothing had changed about your Christmas days since you were an
look,
infant.
I make
So come on.
Would anyone like to
I
do
make
a quiz?
I make a small sacrifice. okay, keep on moving.
Okay, yeah, right. Quiz. Come on.
Okay, Michael. When you are locked in the kitchen in the company of the Reverend Kate Botley on Radio 2, and you're cooking your turkey, and you're drizzling.
Actually, do you know what? I'm saying Radio 2. It's quite often it's Talk Sport, which is ridiculous because they've got nothing to talk about. But I do quite often listen to Talk Sport.
Okay,
sorry, carry on.
Moving on. When you are drizzling liquid over your roasting meats, to maybe to moisten the meat and give it a bit of flavour, what's that process called?
Oh, now I know this because I think there's something rude about it, but I still haven't quite worked out what it's called. Basting.
It certainly is. Well done.
Yes.
Okay, Harry.
Nothing rude about base.
I think there is.
There isn't. Ask me the question. Lewis.
Harry, question for you.
Yes.
Brussels sprouts, we've often said, are paired with chestnuts, and which meat?
Oh, nice bit of smoky bacon, surely.
Lovely bit of smoky bacon. You're absolutely correct. Well done. Everyone's.
And now I have nuts to attend to.
Good. Everyone's still in.
Right, Phil. Round 2. Bit more of a kind of an ecclesiastical turn for your question.
Gosh.
There's a day in the church calendar traditionally called Stir Up Sunday.
Yes.
And on Stir Up Sunday, what might you be making?
It's the old Christmas pudding, isn't it? Or Christmas cake, one of them. They're both the same, but one's got icing, isn't it?
Well, that's a whole other. It is your Christmas pudding. I'll let you have. I'll let you have that one. Okay, Mike. I know you're not. We've heard that you're not a fan of your ham with your turkey, but I think you're a fan of ham with your Christmas buffet.
For sure.
So when you're cooking your joint of ham,
yes.
Sometimes something's pressed into it to enhance its flavour. It's a certain type of spice.
Idea? my wife does this. She got it off Delia.
Oh gosh, a spice.
Yeah.
I'm struggling already. Spice. Saffron.
No, unfortunately not.
What?
No.
I've got to dye it orange. Lovely. Oh, well, I think Phil knows the answer.
Cloves.
Cloves.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Oh, cloves.
Right.
What a loser.
Right.
Am I out now?
I think so.
No. No, you can stay. We'll just see how many get out of 3.
We'll let you stay.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Harry.
Okay. It's one for you, Harry.
Okay.
In which country is KFC takeaway traditionally consumed as Christmas dinner?
Right. I'm sorry. Mike gets a question about cloves in a ham.
But I got it wrong.
Well, yeah.
I mean, your last one, we'd already had the answer earlier, so I've
Well, yeah, that's true. KFC for your dinner. It's going to be somewhere like Uruguay.
Do you want to go for Uruguay as your answer?
Well, I've got no idea, so yeah, may as well.
Oh, can I have a guess?
You can have a guess, Mike.
Is it China?
It's not, but you're closer over to the right part of the world.
Well, it depends which way around the world you're going, but yeah.
it's Japan.
Okay.
Ooh.
Fair enough. Did not know that.
So where are we at? Phil, you got 2 out of 2?
Yeah, I'm winning.
2 out of 2 and 1 out of 2 for the others. Right. Okay, let's give a tricky one. Oh, Phil, you get all the ecclesiastical questions. I know you'll be good at this one. So again, traditionally, there's 13 ingredients in a Christmas pudding, not a Christmas cake. But what do those 13 ingredients represent?
Well, if it's anything like the 13 ingredients that went in the first mince pies, then it will be Jesus and his disciples.
It certainly is.
Oh.
Very good.
Oh,
With
what
or
a
without
hero.
Judas?
Sorry, say that again. I didn't hear.
I said with or without Judas. Do we count him?
Well, it depends if you want his replacement in there or not.
Oh, who was his replacement? Sorry, change the subject.
Somebody else.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Hold on. You can't. What? What do you mean there was a replacement?
Hang on, Vicar.
Whoa.
I think it was Matthias.
Oh,
Didn't he play for Germany?
Maybe he did.
Ah, Lothar Matthäus.
Yes, very good.
Well. Okay.
Right. Where are we at? Mike.
Hello.
Oliver Cromwell. You remember him?
Oh, vaguely.
He made it. Cromwell made it illegal to consume a particular favourite festive treat on Christmas Day. What do you think he made it illegal to consume?
Christmas cake.
It was mince pies.
Oh,
Did you know that that's not true? That's just that was just a rumor. That's not true, Lewis.
Oh well, therefore I get a point, do I? Or
So
I mean,
what?
it was just a story that Cromwell did that.
Oh, did Herodotus do it? Well, according to my research, which has been extensive for this quiz.
Right.
Okay. Well,
and for which we're very grateful.
yeah. Okay. Well, let's carry on. We'll work out what we're going to do with that in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, this is a good question for Harry. I think you complained at the last one, but this one should be fine. Christmas tree pine needles, are they edible or not edible?
Christmas tree pine needles.
Yes.
Well, I think you can get things that are flavoured with Christmas tree pineapple, but I think technically a pine needle, pineapple is a whole different podcast, which Phil knows all about. But
I don't know what you've just said because I'm just about to quote Cromwell.
Okay.
Go with your first instinct, Harry, if anything.
A pine needle, I'm afraid, is inedible. So you can't eat, but you can flavour things with pine needles. Heston does it all the time.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
Well, I have no idea we're at a score, but I do have a tiebreaker. You could all just have a guess if you like.
Yeah, go on then.
It feels like, as someone who's got 100% of his questions right, a tiebreaker doesn't
to be
seem
fair,
ideal.
I'm taking a point off for interjecting with your wrong
Cromwell. With your Cromwell fact. You don't let facts get in the way of a good quiz.
Fact.
Okay,
because your Cromwell facts are better than mine.
Yes, thank you.
Right. So, largest Brussels sprout ever grown.
Oh, here we go.
In kilograms.
I don't really understand weights.
Okay, not chickens high, not crumpets thick, kilograms.
Yeah, this is
it.
Understand weight. It's complicated now, Lewis. How many bourbons heavy was the sprout?
How many tins of Quality Street heavy was the sprout?
I'm going to say 10 kilograms, and I don't know.
Silly.
Is it?
That's
10 bags of sugar? Really?
I don't understand weights, but surely he's talking about the kilograms plural, so it's got to be more than one. 10.
So one sprout.
Okay, Lewis is not going to use the sentence, how many kilogram did it weigh?
Well, surely you'd say grams. Surely you say grams.
Perhaps it's a red herring.
Mike,
I've got 10 kilograms.
Yeah, no, he's given his answer now. So we've got it locked in.
Mike has gone 10 kilograms. Harry.
I'm going to say 750 grams.
Okay, so that's 0.75
yes.
kilograms.
Mike, come on a website page. 9 examples of things that weigh 10 kilograms.
Yeah.
The first thing, 2 bowling balls.
Phil, you've got quite an area between 0.75 and 10, but don't feel confined by that. If you want to go more than 10,
Hang on, I'm still going here. 10 bottles of wine.
don't be googling the answer there, Phil.
A mountain bike. Or an actual beagle.
I mean, I think if you had a Brussels sprout that weighed 10 kilograms, I think it'd technically be a cabbage. I mean, I think you've left the realms of the humble sprout there.
Oh dear. Well, I said I don't understand weights, and I stand by that.
That's fine.
Right. Okay, Phil.
I will go for half a kilogram.
Half a kilogram. So, to recap, Phil has gone half a kilogram. Harry's gone 0.75. Mike has gone for 10, all the weight of 2 bowling balls.
Yeah, we're gonna. Do you know what? We're all going to look silly here, aren't we? Because it's going to be something.
The correct answer is 8 kilograms.
Yes!
Michael wins.
Get in there.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh,
Bye.
and on that bombshell.
What?
I was thinking. Well, I was thinking more like a bowling ball and 3/4, to be honest. But yeah, cool.
I mean, right? So your website's giving you an 8 kilogram sprout,
My website. What? What are you trying to?
and the nonsense about Cromwell that you fell for. I mean, you're saying there's a sprout, a single sprout that is one
with my own eyes
of a bowling ball.
I mean, that's your whole Christmas dinner, right? You don't need anything else, do you?
Wait, the nerve of you critiquing my quiz, Phil, with your big chickens.
My grandma used to cook her sprouts for about 3 hours. So goodness only knows how long it would take to cook an 8 kilogram Brussels sprout. I mean, it's just.
Oh dear.
So are we suggesting that Lewis has made this quiz up? Is to say everything as he said is not true?
It's best not to trust him.
The one thing we have established is that I won the quiz, lads. So
Well, no, that's the worst bit. Phil actually won the quiz.
Yeah, yes, that's true. I did.
He didn't with all these nonsense about Cromwell.
Anyway, Phil, tell us your Cromwell fact. I'm dying to hear it.
Effectively, it just says that's not true. Cromwell wasn't in power when that rule happened, and there was only mince pies were only banned for 1 year, and that was to do with something else. Anyway, we don't need to talk about Cromwell.
Those facts feel vague, Phil. Vague.
Fine, I'll go there if you want. I'll go. Did Cromwell ban the mince pie? Thanks for your question. Unfortunately, it's just not true. While
Are
there
you
was
asking Jeeves?
No, I'm asking the Earl of Manchester's. While there was an effort in the 1640s by Parliament to clamp down on the celebration of Christmas and other saints as part of the de-Romanisation of the calendar, it wasn't directed by Cromwell, and he didn't play a particularly large role. Bloody, 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 blah, bloody, bloody, blah. Christmas, yada, yada, yada. The only Christmas day on which eating mince pie, technically, I'm nearly here.
Technically, list of questions, Phil.
Was in 1644. When December the 25th fell on the same day as a legally mandated national fast.
Oh.
There we go.
Of course,
we have got some.
Alan Rickman famously banned Christmas as the Sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. He said the words "cancel Christmas," so perhaps it's him you're thinking of, Lewis. Anyway, got some questions.
Got some listener questions, and then part 2 is pudding. So we'll briefly go into that. So listener questions. Okay. Simon asks, why don't people want Christmas pudding anymore? Now, we will get to this in our pudding section, but it is going off trend, isn't it?
There's a lot of alternatives. We brought in the Yule log, is a big contender to the throne, isn't it?
Yeah, the old roulade. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
that's good.
Yeah.
Big favorite in our house. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, again, I think Christmas pudding is very rich, and I don't mind Christmas pudding, but it's not my favorite. And after all that huge dinner, I mean, you don't need, and bearing in mind Mike's got another 3-course meal to have in 3 hours' time. You don't need something else that is incredibly rich as well. So you may as well just have some chocolate roulade because that's not going to make you.
Oh, I love a Christmas pudding, but I do. Yeah, I always get it and get it out on the basis I'm going to have it after my Christmas dinner. Then I usually end up having it about 11 o'clock at night. Just as things have began to settle down on the stomach.
About 11 o'clock at night. Did you get that, Mike?
I've been getting really into Christmas food like for weeks now. I think it's because my tree went up in, the start of November. And basically, yeah, I've been having Christmas pudding most nights. Mince pie Christmas pudding with custard or cream or ice cream. Yeah.
But I mean, you'll just be sick of it by Christmas Day.
But I'm not sick of
Well,
it.
it takes his decorations down on Boxing Day.
I have stopped buying turkey this week, so that I have a little bit of a gap before I enjoy it again on Christmas Day. But I have been having turkey nearly every night. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Simon also asks, is it Christmas dinner if you don't have turkey? Roast beef with pigs and blankets seems very good to him.
It sounds very nice, but it doesn't feel traditional, does it? And I think so much of our Christmases, particularly mine, are built massively upon traditions.
But you don't have the confusion about what ends what with beef.
No.
You've just got a miscellaneous part that you don't need to question.
Yeah. That's very true.
Is that a cut of beef? The miscellaneous bit at the side.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the flank.
Yeah, I mean, it's either a turkey or a goose, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had goose.
Well, no,
Well,
I've never had goose, as we established earlier. But I think that's the tradition.
You may as well eat a swan.
May
Vicious
as well.
creatures. I mean,
Not allowed
what
to,
is the
mate.
difference?
Not
What's
allowed
the difference
to.
between a goose and a swan? They're pretty much.
So it
pretty
sounds
much
like,
the same.
when we're all getting together for Harry to try the bread sauce, we should cook up a goose.
Yeah,
I
had
would
goose.
rather eat my own face.
why?
I've had goose.
No, not interested.
It's all right.
It's very fatty, isn't it? It's very fatty.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
We get a lot of Canadian geese fly over in the summer. I don't know which way they're going, whether hither or thither, but Canadian goose flying over. Going,
Have you been drinking that cranberry sauce again?
yeah. Okay. Right. Andy said, who first imported turkeys to the UK? Well, as we all know, Jen,
Andy,
you remember?
It was definitely not turkey.
I don't remember because the beginning of this podcast was so long ago.
I believe it was the Spanish Netherlands, was it not?
Oh,
Lewis.
The famously Spanish Netherlands. Yeah, that's true. But who gives us our Christmas tree every year in Trafalgar Square?
The Norwegian.
That's Norway, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's France.
What?
France.
It's the Norwegian royal family, isn't it?
No, well, I mean,
this feels very Cromwell-esque.
Yeah, some rumor about Cromwell that Harry's read.
Do you know what? I might be thinking of the Statue of Liberty. France definitely gave them that. I think France give them the Christmas tree every year. I'm gonna hold on, bear with me. I'm just gonna Google
it. They give who a Christmas tree?
The Britain.
Britain.
And it goes in Trafalgar Square because we're all very London centric.
It's the Norwegian royal family, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
France
me
don't
too.
have trees, Harry.
Who
not a thing.
gives?
Right. Andy's also suggested we should kill the person who's suggested turkeys at Christmas. Seems a tad harsh.
Oh,
kill them?
He's not a fan of Bird and Matthews, Carrie points out. Steve says, what's the appropriate... Well, this is up for debate. What's the appropriate time window for eating Christmas dinner?
I mean, 12 till 2.
You're quite right, Lewis. The city of Oslo give the Christmas tree to the city of London each year. So
But
you're quite right, Lewis. So your quiz was a whole load of rubbish, but that fact was correct. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was about to ask, did the French give the Statue of Liberty to America?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, 12 till 2, please.
What's that?
Slot for lunch.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, let's hope the ovens of Old Holt can cope with that, because
Let's.
it could be slipping back. And
Yeah.
Mike could be shoving his turkey in the air fryer.
You know I will. I've got the
How-
dual, haven't I? I've got the dual, so I've got the potatoes in one, the turkey in the other.
Oh, how big is your air fryer?
Oh, it's fairly
Got to be a
bulky.
crown, isn't it? A crown, surely.
Oh, it's a crown going in there. Yeah, crown.
Mm.
It's got a
Yeah,
roast
okay.
setting.
Do we? Does anyone listen? Oh, do you know what? I was about to say Her Majesty the Queen then, but obviously it's
Oh,
not anymore
no.
because she's no longer with us. So,
Oh,
do we
no.
watch the King? Do we watch the King at 2:00, or do we
No.
bypass that?
No,
I've never watched that, I don't think.
No, me
No,
neither.
I'll catch the best bits on the 10 o'clock news.
Yes,
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
absolutely right. Yeah, the correct approach.
We're busy opening presents.
Absolutely enjoying ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Wondering what Mike's doing in the kitchen. There's a lot of banging and shouting coming from there.
So 12 till 2 seems sensible from me as well. Although earlier than 2, 12 till 1. Don't even give 2 as a possibility, because that's
I'm just trying to give myself a
Angus
little bit of
children
wiggle
like.
room. Okay.
2:00
have.
is. I don't. That's quite interesting, because 2:00 is the traditional time to have your Christmas dinner, isn't it, or lunch?
What?
And I don't know why. No, but
Traditional
traditionally it's
where?
2:00. No, that's it. It is.
Yeah.
Because Oslo started it, but they no 2:00 is I think it's something to do with the Queen. May she rest in peace. But yeah, it's not lunchtime. 1:00's lunchtime. Everyone knows that.
Okay.
Fine. Okay, we've got a question from Joe.
From Houghton.
Maybe. How many sprouts is it safe to eat before popping in shoes?
Oh,
What?
it's instant, isn't it? I mean,
It depends if they're 8 kilos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
can
eight.
you imagine?
Goodness me.
Can you
I
imagine?
reckon 5 is my sort of limit on a sprout.
What?
Wait there, hold on. Do you mean just eating, or before it starts, you getting a
Oh
bit
no!
of
Oh no!
trumpy?
I'd say 5 sprouts on my Christmas dinner.
No, but how many would set you off? Could you double up on a couple and still not be trumpy?
Oh no! I mean, five's definitely going to cause that effect.
Yeah. I'd be ostracized if I ate that big 8 kilo one, wouldn't I? Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to see you for
I'd
quite
have to
a
move
while.
out. Yeah, I'd have to move out. Dear, oh dear.
It's a large quantity. You don't want that. Roz says, bread sauce is essential and I love it, but who thought of making sauce out of bread?
A genius.
Yeah, well, I imagine it was someone. It's the sort of thing you do to make your food go a bit longer, isn't it?
I think that's it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it's using up stale bread, isn't it? I suppose a bit like sort of making bread pudding or something.
It was used
I've
as a
had-
thickening agent in sauces in medieval times.
I've had bread sauce, I reckon, 10 out of the last 12 nights.
Oh, wow.
How is your
Seriously,
diet going, Mike?
I've gone mad on Christmas, guys. Absolutely mad on Christmas.
Oh, you have gone big and early on Christmas this year. This is
Yeah. It feels like you're not going to enjoy Christmas Day at this rate.
No, I am.
Yeah.
Have a lovely time.
It's very much the anti-Atkins, isn't it? Eating bread sauce every day.
Oh, dear.
Bread sauce sandwich, gents. Oh, delicious.
Not so sure about that.
It's all bread.
Yes, it's delicious and ironic. There's
Couple
two
of
good
cloves.
things. So you've had your Christmas dinner then, gents.
Mm.
Let's talk about dessert. So we briefly discussed Christmas
can I go and get
pudding.
mine now?
There you go.
Is that-
You go.
Yeah.
Of course, he's got his Christmas pudding.
I'll just go and get it now.
So-
Thanks.
So you've got Christmas pudding. When do you eat Christmas cake?
That feels like sort of an evening kind of thing between Christmas and New Year. Perhaps like in the evening.
After your buffet?
Yeah, maybe your buffet. Yeah, I'll have it at your buffet.
So if we, nowadays, if I'm going to the in-laws, I think it's nice to do what the in-laws traditionally do rather than to try and imprint your Christmas onto other people. So they have their dinner at lunchtime, and then they'll have a piece of cake, with a cup of tea about sort of 4:00. No buffet in their house, just that. But
So what are they doing in the evening?
Just talking to each other, drinking port. Quite a lot of port in their house. So I mean the cheese and biscuits might come out, but it's not a huge other great meal. But that's when they'll have their first slice of their maiden slice of Christmas cake for the year. But
what are you having for pudding after your Christmas dinner, Harry?
Oh well, so it's either chocolate roulade, or Christmas pudding with
When you
cream.
say chocolate roulade, you mean like a meringue roulade, or do you mean a Yule
Sponge
log?
Well, a Yule log is a roulade just at Christmas, right?
Well, is it? No, roulade isn't a roulade meringue, and it's more of a Swiss roll with a chocolate coating, isn't it?
Is it like a soft?
Yeah, that's a Yule log. A Swiss roll with chocolate coating. That's a roulade. A roulade,
Right.
roulade. Oh dear, I think we need a ruling from Lewis on this. What you saying, Lewis?
Well, I'd say a roulade in my mind is sort of slightly softer and kind of creamier, and a Yule log is a bit more Swiss roll, has a bit more bite to it. That would be my
righto. Well,
I'm sorry.
I mean, I think I think the two variations on a similar
yes,
thing.
I would agree with you on that.
What are you serving with your chocolate roulade?
Oh, either cream or ice cream, I think,
Or both?
or both. Probably not custard with the roulade, but
No.
certainly there's custard on offer for the Christmas pudding.
Yeah. Oh, it has to be.
Are you lighting the Christmas pudding?
Now here's a story.
I've just
We
sort of
always-
set you up. Here you go.
Growing up, no, we always set fire to the Christmas pudding, ladle of brandy, and then set fire to it. So actually, sorry, having just said one shouldn't imprint your traditions onto other people. The first time I was at Amy's house for Christmas, I insisted that we set fire to the Christmas pudding because they didn't actually do that in our house, in their house. So a ladle of brandy was found, and and now I do it every year ever since. But I think it's only a small part of Christmas Day that I've inflicted myself upon them. But so you've got to set fire to it. It's very blue. You've got to wait for it to go out, and then away you go.
I don't think I've ever set fire to a Christmas pudding.
No, I don't know where that tradition comes from either. It's quite interesting. But
we always do it.
I don't have any brandy in my house. That would be a problem, I suppose.
Bit of rum, Phil. That works fine as well.
Well, that would.
I've
do the
only ever
trick.
done it with brandy, but yeah, I'm sure anything strongly alcoholed would work.
I do have rum, so yeah, that could do me. Yeah, Mike, do you set fire to your Christmas pudding?
No, just pop it in the microwave, really.
No, not the Christmas pudding you're eating now. The Christmas pudding that you have on Christmas Day.
Oh, same again, really. There's no great presentation of the Christmas pudding. I just pop it in the microwave, then kind of divvy it up into bowls in the kitchen.
Oh, so you're not steaming it for hours on the cooker?
No. Keep it very simple.
And are you making it, or is it? Have you bought it from?
Oh,
Fortnum and
no,
Masons,
shop
or wherever
bought.
you get your.
More reasons to shop at Morrison's. Yeah.
Not everyone gets a Christmas pudding from Fortnum and Masons, Harry.
Don't they?
No.
Where are you boys getting yours from then?
Morrison's.
Oh, you're making them. You're making them in a traditional. Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Probably.
Enough. That's fair enough. On Stir Up Sunday, of course.
Yes.
Well, yes, indeed. Mike, you missed because you briefly disappeared. Christmas cake, is that something you partake in?
Not massively. No, I feel like that's something that you have maybe as part of the Christmas buffet. and maybe beyond. You know, when people are coming round of an evening, or in an afternoon, that kind of period between Christmas and New Year, maybe you say, "Oh, would you like a slice of Christmas cake?"
Okay, so with Christmas pudding going out of fashion,
Well, not in this house, it's not, mate.
okay, so in your house, Mike,
Yeah.
do you finish your roast and then do you say to your wife and children, right, we're all having Christmas pudding, or do you say, right, who wants Christmas pudding or who wants ...
Yeah, I think it's one of those. We did have a discussion just a couple of weeks ago about Christmas dinner, where my 14-year-old daughter declared that she wanted chicken nuggets and chips, and I said absolutely under no circumstances will that be offered up. You'll be
Tell her she
eating
needed
what
to
you
move
give.
to Japan.
Yeah, yeah, very good. No, but I did, but I'm dessert. I'm less kind of dictatorial about, and yeah, happy to mix that up. Really, we'll have a few selections, a few options available.
Okay, so like what? I mean, that was kind of my question, but you've
Oh,
just
right.
skirted around
Sorry.
it with a long-winded story that went nowhere.
Well, we'll
And,
probably have an
and
eating
everyone
mess.
knows that's my department on this podcast. So do you not muscle in on my territory?
Treading on those toes. Yeah. And we quite like a pavlova or an eaten mess kind of option, a roulade perhaps.
Oh,
Yeah,
roulade. When you say roulade, Mike, what do you mean by that? Because there's a bit of confusion here.
Oh, yes.
meringue cream kind of based.
Interesting
thing.
meringue.
Oh, yeah, I would say meringue. Yeah.
I don't think that's. It may. The roulade may not be a classic Yule log, but I don't think there's any meringue involved. But I've been wrong twice already on this podcast, so I'm prepared to be wrong again.
Strap yourself in for a third time, Harry.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah.
As someone who's already Googled it, I was hoping Harry wouldn't, because
It's cream, isn't it?
it's just like a Swiss roll shape, apparently.
Good. Thank goodness
So
for that.
in a way, we're all right. So a roulade. What about a trifle, Michael?
Yeah, I guess so. I wouldn't go to the effort to make a trifle. I don't really like trifle. Soggy
Why?
sponge. Soggy sponge.
Lady fingers in the bottom.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan of ladyfingers in the bottom. Absolutely. Yeah, under no circumstances.
Oh, so Claire never stuffs the turkey then. All right, you do that as well.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, learning a lot this evening.
Phil, your finger was hovering over the edit button there. You okay?
No, it's on mute.
Okay.
Mute.
Okay.
I needed to cough, I think. So.
Oh, okay, fine.
What about an apple pie? Nice apple pie, bit of custard.
It feels quite. I mean, coming from the guy that's eating Christmas pudding for the last 2 weeks, it does feel a bit stodgy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is a step too far.
That feels very traditional Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be going Christmas Day with it.
No.
Oh, okay. What are you serving with your Christmas pudding, Michael?
Tonight?
No, just in Christmas,
just in
please.
general.
Any of the last 2 weeks.
I'll have a selection available, so I'll have the brandy butter for those that enjoy that sort of nonsense. I'll have squirty cream. I'll have runny cream. I'll have ice cream, and I'll have custard. Feel free to mix and match as you please.
I enjoy the fact that you're at an age where you still call double cream or single cream runny cream.
The old runny cream. Delicious.
Yeah.
Isn't it a disappointment when someone says, "Oh, do you want cream on that?" and then you see it's single?
Yeah.
Or squirty.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a bit of squirty.
Oh, there's a time and place for squirty.
Tonight's episode does feel very Carry On Christmas. I don't know why that is, but yeah.
Mainly you.
Okay.
Mainly you.
No, squirty cream straight out the can while the fridge door's open. That's when you can consume squirty cream. It has no place on Christmas pudding.
Okay.
Oh, I did that once, and the squirty cream had been in the fridge a long time, and I thought it'll be fine. And I just, opened it up, squirted it in to realize it had completely turned green. It was
Yeah,
grotesque.
you've got to, and hold on to your hat, Mike. But you've got to clean your nozzle with
Yeah.
squirty cream. And I'm I'm as guilty as the next man of not doing it. But you do need to consistently clean the nozzle.
Just a quick wipe. Just a quick wipe afterwards will sort you
Yeah,
out.
yeah, that will suffice. Yeah. Have we got any other questions?
Lewis, what are you having dessert wise?
We're offering Christmas pudding with custard and ice cream, or the old Yule log again with ice cream. So no, not a huge difference from any of the rest of you.
I vaguely remember us being it was Christmas pudding, a mince pie, or a choc ice.
What?
Like a magnum, but not on a stick. A choc ice.
Yeah, no, I know what a choc ice is.
Right.
Oh, my life. So you're eating your choc ices and your dad's shoveling in Branston pickle with his Christmas dinner. I mean, you're making all this up. I mean,
Nothing says tradition like it.
I used to have. I mean, one year my sister had a pot noodle. I had spaghetti bolognese. Kev had, I don't know, probably a pot noodle or something.
You
or
can
some
imagine my
pasta and
fury,
cheese.
lads. You can imagine it.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
in hindsight, I couldn't have. My parents must have, and let's face it, Mum was cooking. All Dad would do was carve, because that's a manly
most
job.
important bit.
Yeah.
Oh, did he have an electric carver?
Yes.
Yes.
they've got an
Oh,
electric
it's
carver.
tremendous.
Mum can't be trusted with one of them. She doesn't like electric things. So Dad
So-
would carve.
Yeah,
So
Dad
you're-
was very much in charge of the electric carving knife and the VHS. Those were his two,
his two
real
domains.
responsibilities throughout the year.
So sorry, Phil. Your mum is cooking this huge Christmas dinner for you all, and then you've decided
Mainly-
you're going to whip up a spaghetti bolognese in her kitchen. I cannot see that happening. I mean,
Mainly,
the pot noodle I can believe, but you're like,
Right.
oh, I'm just going
Traditional family roots, Phil.
to defrost
Yeah.
some mince, Mum. I'm just going to whip up a
well, I'm not
bolognese.
cooking it. I'm not cooking it. Mum's had to make it. My mum is also.
It's the same.
Mum's a
Of course she
vegetarian,
is.
so doesn't want the roast either. So Mum will have something like Mum will just go, I don't know, have salmon or chuck a mackerel on a plate and stink out the whole house. But the Christmas dinner was mainly cooked for Mike and Dad.
Yeah.
In truth,
Everyone has eaten something different for their Christmas dinner, and the scorn that was poured on me for opening my stocking on my own. I mean, this is so insightful. It really is. It really is. Oh no, I'm lost for
But we
words.
did it together. We
Yes,
did
of
it
course we
together.
yeah. Sorry,
We
sorry
all
about that.
called out to Mum periodically, did she need any help? And then carried on doing what we were doing in the living room.
What was your
Painfully
favourite? What
opening
was
our
your
presents.
what was your tradition? What would you do? Because we went through a series. I don't know if you're a child of the 80s, then maybe the 90s actually. There would have been perhaps for you, as there was for us, a period where between stocking opening and lunch, we would play a DVD game.
Oh yeah, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something like that.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The DVD game. A lot of fun. Pick your answer, press OK on your remote control, move on to the next question.
I mean, I did mention last year that last week that we didn't actually get a video recorder until 1996. So we were not playing any kind of DVD games, I'm afraid, because we were busy praising the Lord at church on the day of Jesus's birth, which I think, and I'm pretty sure Lewis will agree with me, is what's important about Christmas.
Well done, Harry and the Brennan family.
Yeah, that's quite right. That's quite right. Not watching your mother slave over 14 different meals.
I'm
two
excited to see
noodles.
you in church on Christmas morning, Harry. This is really good news.
Yeah, I've got it.
You okay there?
Yeah. So
Do we need to move on swiftly?
No, I know we won't be there, Lewis. I'm afraid. Because,
Some traditions need to be broken.
I don't know if anyone noticed, but I went very quiet.
Oh,
What's that?
well, that is Annie Lennox walking on broken glass.
Or is it Is it Annie Lennox or the Eurythmics? Never.
Oh no, it was Annie. It was Annie.
Was it just on their own?
It was a solo project.
Anyway,
yeah. So, because in my house now, and Mike, just please sit down.
Okay.
I mean, we're not quite as bad as everyone having their presents blow a whistle, away you go, as that man used to say at the end of We Are the Champions. But all the presents in our house are open pretty much by 8 o'clock in the morning.
No,
So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
No,
I'm afraid.
Norman!
Oh dear.
Fine with Sam.
Phil, are you okay?
Yep.
Just go through the soundboard.
Just checking the
I mean,
soundboard.
if you want me to have my Norman
Mince!
if you want me to have my Norman Price rant, I can do that if you like, but it's not very Christmassy.
Okay, I don't know who Norman Price is.
Norman Price
Norman
was
Price
the
from Fireman Sam, the one you just played on
right. Okay, cool, great.
that boy. I mean, two
Used
things
to
about
steal all the
Norman
strawberry
Price.
laces.
Yeah, Norman Price, he set fire to everything, but he was always the first one to ring Fireman Sam when he'd done it. He didn't shirk away from his responsibility.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on who is electing Mayor Humdinger in Paw Patrol, lads.
Quite right. Or is putting a sort of seemingly 12-year-old a 12-year-old in charge of a multi-million-pound defence system. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, do you know what? We've been going on so long that Lewis has started writing his sermon for Christmas Day.
I've got a lovely pencil that somebody gave me the other day. It says "Happy Birthday, Jesus" on it.
There we go.
Oh.
There we go. Someone's got the right. Someone's got
Was it
the
Joe
right
from
attitude.
Jamaica?
There you go.
It's Uncle John from Jamaica. Yes. Okay, we've had one last question, and then we will, like Christmas presents, wrap up.
Nice.
Lucy says, stuffing. Is there ever a nice stuffing? Crispy, burnt on the outside, stodgy, weird texture stuff in the middle. Why ruin a decent dinner? Maybe
Lucy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put it in the bird, you don't get the burnt bits. Although you do get the crispy bits the bits that stick out of its bottom. So you actually you negate that problem.
She might not be a fan of putting a hand up a recti. You know, not good.
Is that the plural?
I'm assuming so.
I mean, that sounds like one of Lewis's job titles, isn't it? Who the recti of?
Yeah, I think maybe Lucy she's a crown sort of a girl. And
maybe she is.
It's not an option.
Yeah, she's a saxo ball girl, I reckon.
I mean,
Can you just buy the balls? Well, you get your old saxo or whatever equivalent.
Yeah.
You prepare the stuffing, you roll it up in balls, and then you put it in the oven at some point, along with your roast dinner. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever rolled it up in balls. I think I've always just spread it into some Pyrex and baked.
Oh well.
Try
rolling your balls, Phil. That might change your life.
I'm not going to do that this year.
This is the year to try it, Phil.
Doesn't feel right this year.
If we do meet up between Christmas and New Year, I'll roll you some sage and onion stuffing. How about that?
There you go.
Pudding.
Lads,
you.
This podcast has deteriorated. I mean, substantially.
Part 2 of this podcast has certainly. Yeah, part 2 has.
But can we end maybe by just talking about what our best ever Christmas present was that we got? Because it'd be nice to have a reminiscing ahead of, the big day. Best ever Christmas present that you've had? Anything come to mind straight away? No. Well,
I had a remote control car once.
Okay.
Yeah.
And don't forget, your wig.
Yes, Brian May wig.
Mm.
Yeah.
I got a science set in 1987, and
Is it still in the cupboard?
no, it was the best. It was the best Christmas present I ever had, and I don't think it's the sort of science set they'd make anymore because some of the chemicals and things they were suggesting you do. I think health and safety hazards all over the shop, but it was fantastic. It was basically just put a load of stuff into a test tube and set it on fire, but it was wonderful. The science kit of 1987.
Lovely.
Yeah. Well, vivid. I reckon my most memorable present, the one I look forward to most anyway, must have been about a similar year to that. I'm getting a Mr. Frosty. Do you remember a Mr. Frosty?
So most certainly do.
Yeah, you used to put the ice in top of his head and then a little kind of grater that you turn the handle and put your syrup in. It was a poor man's slush puppy. And it took about
Sounds
2
good.
hours to grate the ice, which had basically melted. But I remember really looking forward to that and opening that on Christmas morning.
Well, my sister-in-law, we do a thing now where we do like Secret Santa, but it's just for one person. So we sort of round robin around the room. So you literally get one present at Christmas from extended family. And I had her one year, and she had said the previous year, and I'd clocked it, that she'd always wanted a Mr. Frosty, but didn't ever get one. I bought her one as her one and only Christmas present that year. And to say she was underwhelmed would be an understatement. I thought, what a lovely sentimental gift. She'll have fun with this. She can play it with her little ones. No. Yeah. It's still talked about now in dispatches. Yeah, very awkward.
But were you pleased with it, Lewis, at the time?
Oh, absolutely. I was absolutely. It was very much the thing I wanted in 1987 when I was 5. So I think your sister's was probably.
She's well into her 30s. Yeah, she's well into her 30s at this stage.
It's one of those things that you may see on an advert, and it's not quite as good when you actually get it home. But I'm pleased to hear you actually did like it.
I always wanted the sweet shop just for the sweets, really. You used to get like sweet shops with lots of little mini chocolate bars and stuff. But
do you remember the Cadbury's bar things that you had to buy Cadbury's little mini dairy milk refills for in the Argos catalogue? Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Used to love looking through the Argos catalogue before Christmas and then picking things that were clearly out of budget.
Yeah. Toys R Us catalogue for me.
Oh. Well, how the other half live.
It used to come, in a paper, one of the Sunday papers every year about sort of mid-November, and you'd go through it circling there was always like an electric Range Rover thing, wasn't it? It was just even in 1985 was like
like a ride-on,
300 quid, and you'll never, and always I might circle that this year. Never got it.
Just to be clear, if I now go and buy you a ride-on Range Rover,
no, you're absolutely fine, mate. Don't worry.
Okay, I won't. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Phil?
Well, we used to get like our own presents, and then we'd get joint presents as a family. And I remember once, as one of the joint presents for the family, getting a PC which had 32 megabyte hard drive, but crucially it had theme park on it, which was amazing. And being able to play theme park was great. And the other present that was like the first present that was like really fancy was a PlayStation 1 that my dad, and you can't arrest him now because he's no longer with us, so I can say this.
Oh goodness!
So,
where did you steal it from?
I'm nervous and I'm starting to sweat.
Is it appropriate to use the term "arrest in peace"?
Okay, thanks. So he knew someone who lived in Christchurch near the fire station.
Nice.
And he chipped PlayStations, right? So we had this PlayStation 1 that had been chipped. I don't know how they do that. And anyway, so then any game we wanted, we could get it from this guy in Christchurch for £5. So instead of buying, every game being at the time like 30 quid, now they're like 50, 60, whatever. But any game, £5. So Dad had got us this PlayStation. and we had like 5 or 6 games with it already. You know, I vaguely remember
We
we
were
had like
basically the
one.
craze.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spyro the Dragon, that was decent, and like Tony Hawk's or whatever it was, Cool Borders, that was decent, and yeah, any game we wanted, just go down there, $5. And it was just a copy of a game, but it worked because the PlayStation had been shipped. You see, so that was
Magic.
an amazing present. Yeah,
Nice.
and a legal
Harry, what
place.
was yours, Harry?
Oh, I can't really remember. I had a remote control car once.
The remote
That was
control
quite
car.
good. Yeah, and a bike. Well, so the trouble is, and I mean, you must be the same, Mike. That my birthday's so near to Christmas
Yeah,
that my presents sort of merge into one now. So I couldn't actually tell you whether I had the
ain't
bike
that
for
the
my
truth?
birthday or Christmas.
Probably a
Yeah.
joint
Well,
Christmas
no,
album.
it never was joint because it was far enough apart to distinguish between the two. Because Mike, you must have had a few joint presents in your time.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, lots of joint presents down the years. And now my son is a day. So I'm the 22nd of December. My son is the 23rd.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm, I'm constantly fighting his cause. You know, whenever Claire's saying to me, "Well, maybe we could get him that and that," no. We keep them very much separate.
It's tricky, isn't it? It's very tricky. There's a lot of people born around Christmas. I was speaking to a lovely lady today whose birthday is Christmas Day,
Wow.
and that's tricky.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Gents, I feel like that's a good place to end part 2 and the end of our Christmas dinner special.
Of course,
like-
sorry, Phil, but
Sure.
of course, Lewis, the greatest gift we all got for Christmas was the birth of our Lord and Savior, the baby Jesus.
Yeah, that and a Mr. Frosty.
Yeah, I think it's too late for that, Mike. It's too late for that.
Okay, sorry, I was just trying to recover from some of the stuff I've come out with. Phil, sorry, back to your closing monologue in the style of Jerry from Jerry Springer. Go.
Monologue in a monotone voice. So happy to help, and at a very sore throat. I've just got an hour and 52 to edit down into 2 sections. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. The time is currently 10:10 or 50 to 11, and I will be doing this until my daughter's birthday. So, happy days.
Oh, there's not much to cut out, is there? Come on.
I don't know.
Just cut it in half. It'd be fine. Part
You
one
know
and part
what?
2.
You know what? Christmas treat. I might just cut it in half. If
do
you
it.
wouldn't mind, when I end recording, just remind me what Mike said, because I got a feeling there was something that I do need to remove. About an hour and a half ago, Mike said something questionable. I'm pretty sure.
I said bloody and
No, it wasn't. Okay, everyone.
Lovely lady.
Have a lovely Christmas, and we will see you next year, or maybe before the new year if we get really bored. Okay, take care. Bye.
bye now.
Cheery bye.
Christmas blessings, friends.